my defense, I wasn't muted. The entire microphone was in the other room. So PJ's was entirely right. I did make a dumb. I did a dumb. I do that very often. But look at the cute dress that I haven't worn yet this year. It's cute. I'm wearing pants with it because it's cold. And I suspect I'll get about 20 minutes into the stream before I put on a jacket because it's cold. Thank you for the hydrate. Wait, I'm quiet? Interesting. Am I still quiet? It's actually a little surprising that I'd be quiet. Thank you, Flynn. Or insert the mic into your mouth. Oh. Not super quiet to you. Okay, maybe it's just... I turned up the sensitivity a little bit, so hopefully that'll help a touch. Otherwise, I can turn up the actual, like, volume. But yeah, you can still barely hear. Okay, I'll turn up this volume a little bit. Let's give that a shot. I have hot chocolate today. How'd you guys like the baking stream yesterday? Sorry, there was like a piece of like melted marshmallow that like dripped down the side of my cup, and I'm simultaneously cleaning it off and kind of licking it because it tastes yummy. But it's also sticky, so I don't want it on the side of my cup. But the easiest way to clean it up is just by doing this. So don't mind me while I just indirectly lick my cup. About this much of my hot chocolate is marshmallow. There's actually a tiny bit of coffee in the bottom of the hot chocolate because I made myself coffee today. Didn't finish said coffee. Agree with Darth on the audio. Still? Oh, that's super wonky. Give me just a second. Audio bit rate. Now that seems none of that. Move the mic closer. Hello? Is this better? I'm still talking at like the same volume. Wait, testing. Testing. Wait a minute, do I have the wrong mic? Wait, no. Razer Q. Oh, not Razer Q. That's. I'm doing many dumbs today. I'm doing many dumbs. I set the input for my mic as my camera, which my camera does have a microphone, so it worked physically. It's just obviously not as good because it's a camera and not a microphone. I'm doing real lots of dumb today. It's great. Also, look at this tiny little potion bottle I made. I think it's really pretty. If I hold it like this, I want to see if the camera can focus on it. It like drips down in a really satisfying way. I don't know, I like it. I think it's very pretty. I had it as some leftovers from the last Ari's potion cart I filmed, and it just seemed too pretty to throw away. Okay, well now, it almost focused better when I just like yoinked it up here. Some leftovers from, come on camera, you're expensive, you should be able to do this. Bruh. Oh! I moved it away right as it finally got its stuff together. There we go. I don't know. I think it's pretty. It's got nice little swirls to it. I like it. Anywho. Wait. Oh, thank you, M4. The issues with moving setups. This is true. Darth says, did you ever get a Cult of the Lamb PAX follower? What do you... I'm not quite sure I'm understanding the question. Like, I saw some Cult of the Lamb cosplayers when I went to PAX, but I don't know what you mean by a Cult of the Lamb PAX follower. Unless, is there like a special, like... I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, which means probably no. They have a code they give you for PAX attendees. What? I want this. I want this. Yeah, that hot chocolate is like 90% marshmallows. You found yours from PAX East. Did you have to like go talk to somebody? Because I don't think I talked to the, what is it, Devolver? Is that the company? There's also a new feature apparently. They have them stacked on the table there. Ah, man, I don't think I went to their table. Because honestly, this last year at PAX, I spent significantly more time at the board game portion than the video game portion. So I don't think I did a very thorough searching of the video game portion. Yeah, that feature. It's called Sins of the Flesh, you uncultured swine. Sorry, I'm just very mesmerized by this. Oink. All right, today. Oh yeah, how'd you guys like the baking stream yesterday? I think most of you guys at least were able to pop on for a little bit. I did not post a picture to the Discord yet. I suppose I can do that. Did I take a good picture of it? Ah! I need to turn on my little lights. Yay. There we go. I suppose I could post a picture to the Discord. You want cookies? You should get cookies. I think these pictures are like almost exactly the same. I can probably post either one. And keep an eye on the TikTok as well. I've been posting a lot of semi-old drafts of both Elf Girl and Calcifer, so keep an eye on that. Yeah, let's post this to the Discord for anybody who wasn't there and is like, what? What happened? Cookies! Cookies happened. Yeah, on the TikTok. Did I say something weird? I probably said something weird. I haven't been on TikTok in a hot minute. I mean, I kind of haven't either, which is why I have all these old drafts to post. But I'm trying to like, because I have like mixed emotions about TikTok, because it is like entirely designed to like eat your life. That's kind of what it's meant to do. But that being said, it's a really great marketing tool, and most of you guys found me from TikTok, and like, I don't know. So I have like, I don't know. I have a complicated relationship with TikTok. So I've been posting more on there because I'm like, oh, I really need to. It's so good at what it does. Okay, let me post in some oh, whoa, PJs, you got a thing. That's cool. I'm on the Discord. So. I didn't see it until just now, obviously, because you posted it after I technically started stream. A big thing. Yes. Okay. I'm posting my cookies. I'm gonna say cookies from the, that's not how you spell the word, the baking stream yesterday with a little Happy Boobert. No, not a Happy Boobert. An arson Boobert. There we go. Posted. So now y'all can check out the cookies. Okay, anywho, I'm already getting distracted. It's gonna be a stream for all the... Okay. But yes, today we're playing some more Stray Gods. My goal is to romance Persephone, so that's definitely happening. This is my second playthrough. We're gonna be finishing the second playthrough today, or at least we should be, unless something goes terribly wrong. Same thing as last time. I'm doing my best to try to do as many of the like major choices differently than I did last time, just so we can get as much of the game as possible. I really need to put some googly eyes on my camera, because like I naturally either want to like look at my video so I can like see what's happening, or I want to look at chat, which is even farther away from my camera. So it's like I need to like put some googly eyes on my camera so I know what I'm talking to. You can skip through already seen dialogue if you want to accelerate things. No! Why would I want to accelerate things? This is a completely voice-acted experience. It's cool. Also, I didn't know you could do that. But we're trying to do things as differently as possible, so yeah. Today will likely be the last stream of Stray Gods, because I am going home for some time over winter break. And although I will probably be streaming a little bit from home, it does make it a bit more difficult now that I'm streaming on a desktop, because essentially anything I do on my laptop is gonna be on a different save file. Which I guess for Stray Gods specifically isn't like that big of a deal. But anywho, I think it makes sense to do 2 playthroughs of this game. If you want to see more endings, you'll just have to play it for yourself. It's a great game, highly recommend it. What else? And yeah, so the schedule for what I'm calling winter break, because I am a student, so everything is winter break. I am going home for 2 weeks, starting this Friday. And I'm gonna be honest, streaming is just gonna be on a day-to-day basis. So I apologize that I don't have a very set in stone streaming schedule for the rest of December. But yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear. I'll try to give a Discord notification when I will be streaming, so that you guys know that that's happening. And I am trying to, and I think pretty successfully, convincing DJ Brownie to stream at least once for me from, like, you know, this computer and everything. Oh, TNT, how you doing? It is family time, exactly. So yeah, that's all. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The next 2 weeks is gonna be a little weird in terms of streaming. I'll stream some, DJ might stream once or twice, but otherwise it's probably gonna be about 2 weeks off. But that does mean we will be streaming this Tuesday, and this Thursday. Today's Sunday. So 2 more streams before I leave, so. Oh, it's actually Cast on TNT Swim! What's up, Cast? Pretty dress tonight. Thank you. I got this one. Here, wait, I'll stand up and show it. I am wearing pants under the dress because it's a little cold, but look, it's so cute. I like it. Thank you. Yeah. Sitting on my feet today. You know how it is. But yes, thankfully DJ will stream for you. So yeah, I'll have him play something. Oh good, can't be showing your leg calves. Exactly. What would the neighbors think? All right, so with that, let's get some Stray Gods going. This will be the most likely the last stream of Stray Gods. We will be finishing our second playthrough. Fun, like, side note, I have really, oh wait, I need to, I didn't set up my screen properly. You guys have seen Enchanted, right? Like the movie with that one person who's done stuff. Give it a second. Boop, 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 boop. And arms. Here we go. If I would wear that, I get some looks and your family would set up an intervention. Do it. Do it, I dare you. 500 more streams of Stray Gods. I mean, I'm tempted. I gotta say, both your stream last night made you laugh a lot, and your boyfriend are such a comedic duo. I am so glad you think so. He was so nervous about this stream because, like, I mean, honestly, I think he's pretty good at streaming, but it definitely, like, is really nerve-wracking to him, so he doesn't really like streaming all that much, but he's just so good at it. He's kind of a natural. Next big game. So, I think the next major game, now, again, over winter break, this is probably gonna get switched up a little bit since I'll be on a different save file, so I wanna make sure I play a game that it's not gonna, like, really mess me up to be on a different save file. But I think the game that's going to replace Stray Gods in, like, the normal progression of the stream schedule, I'm planning on doing Little Misfortune. I bought that game a little while ago, or as cloud saves. That's fair. Oh no, I will be playing Borderlands, but that one's gonna replace System Shock once I finish that one. Perish the thought. Oh, why would she finish that amazing game? I'm trying. I've kind of thought that because, you know, Thursday is my just very fidgety today. Sorry, guys. It happens. You know how it is. Yeah, so my thought for, like, going into the new year, Tuesdays will kind of be my, like, long story games. So games like System Shock and Borderlands, and maybe we'll get back to, I don't know, what other games did I start playing and then never finish? I don't know, like Hogwarts Legacy, like some of those big, like, open world type games. That will kind of be my, like, Tuesday game. Then Thursdays will continue to be Planet Coaster, at least for the foreseeable future. Just, you know, sometimes different parks, blah, 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 whatever. And then Sundays will be more for my, like, smaller games, more like story-driven games, such as Stray Gods. This will also be when I play some demos, which I have, I think 3 demos I'm really interested in doing lined up, so I might do some of those over winter break. Because I think that's the perfect use of an I can't save this game type thing, is to play a demo. Mass Effect. Oh no, is that another one? Hogwarts Legacy is amazing. They nailed the feeling of Harry Potter. I remember when I started playing that game, I spent, like, almost the entire first stream just absolutely, like, simping over Hogwarts Castle. Like, just deciding where I would sit and study and do my homework and stuff. You're so 2023. We can't have her finishing actual games. He was completely stressed last night for sure when you were blindfolded and cooking. Oh yeah, he was so stressed. Alien Isolation. Oh my god. It's amazing she actually puts up with us, let alone promote us. How's your ability to keep time? You should play Hi-Fi Rush. Ooh. I'm not familiar with that one, but my ability to keep time, are you talking in, like, a musical sense? Like, or, like, be able to be like, approximately 7 minutes has passed. Oh, it's like musical time. I have never, like, tested my own ability, but I think I've done enough music in my life that I should be pretty good at taking time or keeping time. But I've never really, like, tested that ability, I guess. Oh, it won an award. Nice. And it's currently on sale. Put it in the Discord, because I will forget after stream unless I see it somewhere. But yeah, so I think the plan for Sundays after this game is to play Little Misfortune. I've heard really good things about the game, and I already own it, so I want to play it. and then forget again. That is also true. There's like a 90% chance I'll go, yeah, I should totally play that game, and then forget to buy it, and then it goes off sale, and then I have to wait. That is very possible and quite likely, but I don't know. If you at least want a chance of me remembering, put it in the Discord. Okay, we gotta go to Aphrodite's party. We can talk to different people. I kind of want to talk to Freddy. Let's go to Freddy.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Oh, apparently you own Little Misfortune as well. That's kind of hilarious. No idea how that happened.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
That is true.
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
That is true. What do you do?
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today, or who they ever were.
Yeah, I'm not sure I did want to go.
Still
to
might
go
be
to talk to
useful.
Freddy.
There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
Everyone. Actually, I want to ask about Calliope.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow, I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's
That
that.
sounds fun. Okay, let's ask about Apollo.
What about Apollo?
He's a big one.
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Men and women.
Weren't they all
Nice.
like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
I love, no, I can't say that on stream and still be PG-13. I'll save it for an After Dark stream. But I just think it's funny that, like, all of Greek mythology is just Zeus being a horn dog, essentially. It's just Zeus and his horny adventures. That is Greek mythology. I love it. All right, what about Persephone?
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Yeah, we have to
Honestly,
seduce her.
she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
That is kind of ironic.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
You can't sit there and say something and then go, no, I can't say that. It's against the rules. No, but it's against my rules. It's against my rules. And all I was gonna say is I was just gonna use more flavorful terminology to say that all Greek mythology is just Zeus being a giant horn dog. I was just gonna use more flavorful terminology to say that. So that's it.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
What about
Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She
Nice.
cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Here's the whole
Not
thing.
being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then.
Yeah, what I heard about like Athena, because it's like Athena is like the goddess of war, kind of, and Ares is like the goddess of war. So it's kind of like Athena is the goddess of defensive war, and Ares is the god of offensive war. Is kind of how I heard it.
Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots
There
of
are lots
idols
gods
live
in
around
this,
here.
true.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there is never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost, an image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me, I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost, but also what might still be out there.
Interesting. What about
You
these
think
other
there might
gods?
be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies,
that.
hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other
that.
secret side to the world.
It's cool.
That's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
I love Freddie, but unfortunately, we can't romance her this time. We're romancing.
I wonder how much of
Persephone.
those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
How are guys men? Brian.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
That's so cute.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
See, their relationship is so gosh darn cute. I love it. Yeah, next time it should be Apollo. That's fair. Next time, we might have to do a third playthrough of this game. I thought today would be like the last day, but there's one really big decision near the beginning where Apollo storms out of the underworld, Persephone's club, and you have to choose either to stay with Persephone or to leave with Apollo. In my first playthrough, I chose to stay with Persephone. In my second playthrough, I kind of had to because my goal is to romance Persephone. So I've never seen what happens if I leave with Apollo. So I might have to do a third. And yet we never romanced her. I mean, we kind of romanced her and then she... Spoiler alert! And then she died. Oh no, more singing streams.
Okay, that's enough
So we
questions
might
for
have
now.
to do a third playthrough.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Alrighty, let's go to Aphrodite's party. Yeah, I mean, just look at him. Don't you just want to romance that guy?
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
I spilled a little bit of hot chocolate on me, but it's okay.
Hello,
The
Grace.
dress is made of mostly polyester, so it barely even soaked it up at all. I was able to just dab it off and we're all good.
To be
Price
honest,
is
I'm
averted!
surprised to see you here.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Don't start.
Please don't start that again. It was bad enough at the underworld.
I apologize. She should have... There are things you need to know. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
That is interesting. That's eventually just become Calliope. That sounds kind of cool.
That doesn't seem so terrible. Am I missing something?
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
I'll be fine.
I have a hard time believing I'll forget who I am.
You won't stop being you. You'll just also be everyone else who isn't you.
This would be so weird.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her Eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Why have a party for it?
Why throw a party for it? Doesn't that mean everyone's here to...
Watch her die? Yeah, I suppose so. We're also here to celebrate. We're here to help Aphrodite remember before she forgets again.
Yeah, sounds like a real banger.
This party isn't for us, Grace. It's for her.
Do you support
Do
this?
you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually, you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually, you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
So, she's done this?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift,
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Calliope didn't approve?
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder.
I kind of agree.
It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Alright, so first playthrough, I stopped Aphrodite from passing on her Eidolon, aka dying. For the sake of doing as many things differently this playthrough as possible, I'm gonna support Aphrodite and let her do it. So, I don't know if that's technically like a trigger warning, because it's kind of like borderline suicide, but also it's not really, because just the way it works, it's like Aphrodite lives on in the next person. I don't know, it's a little weird. Just putting that out there if anybody feels uncomfortable with this. Yeah, all right.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest
Mingling.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Yeah, me as like a player, I think it makes more sense to try to, get Aphrodite to stay. Also because, like, she's been through trauma. It takes time to heal trauma, and if she keeps just resetting, it's like The Good Place. They never get to learn, like, she doesn't get to learn anything, you know? So, I completely disagree with this entire thing that's happening, but for the sake of the playthrough, we're gonna support it. Oh, poor Eros. I feel so
Grace.
bad for him.
Hey, Eros. Nice to... Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
So I'm told.
Apollo told me. Calliope always refused to come to these things, right?
Yeah, no matter how much Aphrodite begged. Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. It sounds like a bad situation.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know much about it, would you? I take care of Aphrodite. Ever since we came to the New World, I'm with her. Every single day. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
See, I feel so bad for him.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of.
How about
But
regular
for a while,
therapy?
she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Isn't it like...
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
What happened?
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
I can't ask
If it's
her.
as painful to Aphrodite as it sounds, asking her about it seems like the last thing I should do.
No, you're right. Don't do that.
Yeah.
What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jack-booted mortals so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
Did Aphrodite?
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
she didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Tell me about
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to, well, to remember, to celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
See, what I want to say is I'll do my best. But I'm gonna say.
What if you're wrong? What if she decides not to do this and it keeps getting worse?
Then I'll be with her to help her
I
reach the
asked
other
last
side.
time. Oops.
If she can.
Yeah. If she can.
See, the thing is with this whole thing is like just trying a little longer. This whole
It's a lot
passing
to
on the
ask.
Eidolon thing is always an
I'll
option.
understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
All right, let's wait for Aphrodite. Here she comes. We are gonna help her, like, not the way Eros wants. She's so dramatic. Like, this whole thing seems like such a show, you know?
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
You could have invited
All
me.
you needed to do was ask.
I meant no slight, dear one. I only wanted to relieve you of the burden of expectation
actually
considering
kinda
the
nice.
task you've been given. But you're here now. Oh, it's so sad what happened to Calliope. Please say you'll forgive my oversight.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survived my trial.
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I really need your help.
Are you
first.
sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be
She's so performative.
a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
God, poor Eros. Tell me what my role is.
I have to admit, it's not clear what my part in all this is supposed to be.
How could it be? You've barely just arrived, darling girl. How did you even find out about it?
That would be Persephone's doing.
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
Forget.
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Alright, that's still very interesting. Let's talk to Venus again.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
You can't.
Being a god isn't something you can really be ready for.
I mean, you are not gods, though. Are you? Not really.
You don't think so?
To me, you all just seem like people. Special people, sure, but flawed and lost, like the rest of us.
That's fair.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
I was terrified.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
You're okay with
Are
all
you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
You know what you're
I
signing up
get
for?
that you want to help Aphrodite, but do you really want to be her? To be an idol?
At first I thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Who wouldn't want to be a god? Later I realized they're not all powerful. They don't know everything. They're lost. Do I want to be that? Will I be that when the memories return? I don't know.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Maybe they will. Alright, let's begin the ritual, and I am gonna let Aphrodite pass on her Eidolon. So again, I don't know if this is considered a trigger warning, but just letting everyone aware. That is what I plan on doing.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Our so-called brother Ares sold his soul forevermore. He so loved the military, he became their dog of war. He denounced his loving family, and with mortal guns and greed, on a plate gladly delivered everything that war dogs need. He betrayed us and we let him, and with their mortal souls long gone, we thought we were untouchable. We were wrong, we were wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than a chisel. I was a horrid block of ice.
Did this verse last time.
A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened. I can't forgive the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But
That's
when
the voice.
you're away, you leave us a broken home.
Very
You
soulful.
leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song.
lost in a moment. So much suffering here. Our queen deserves mercy, that much is clear. And in the blink of an eye, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Okay, worth it for Apollo's part, like,
Are you...
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I feel her presence, but she's just gone.
She'll be back. But she'll also be you. She'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
I know this is such a weird question, but I want to know, like, physically, what happened to Aphrodite? Like, did her body just, like, fall? Did she, like Avengers Endgame style dissipate? Did she, like, just poof into thin air? Maybe she, like, Star Wars Force ghosted away? Like, I want to know what happened. That was really sad, but also, like, Apollo's part in that song was so fire. And also, I really like Eros' voice. It's very soulful, and I like it very much. Sorry.
I'm really sorry, Eros. I know you wanted me to convince Aphrodite to change her mind, but...
It's all right. There was no convincing her, was there?
There was some convincing her, you know.
She didn't have the strength to fight any longer. At least, now she can rest.
Don't make me cry, I'm
I suppose that's true. Before we go, Aphrodite told me you wanted her help to learn about Calliope's death.
Yep.
I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Yes. Someone at the reliquary.
Calliope was at the reliquary when she was attacked, but I only know of 3 people who were there.
And you're sure none of them are responsible, Grace?
No, I'm not
I
sure of
thought
anything.
maybe Medusa, but I've spoken to her, and I think it's someone else.
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
She knew it was coming?
She was frightened, so she knew this was gonna happen. It wasn't a surprise.
Well, we knew something was wrong, but we thought it was just another one of Calliope's schemes. If only we'd known she was going to the reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
Pan.
She used the key, the one Pan gave her. When Calliope arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary. I didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I certainly don't know more than that. Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
So, did they have anything helpful?
So pretty. He might be innocent. I don't. Next is it.
It just doesn't make sense. Pan sent me to the reliquary. If he's involved, why would he do that?
Well, maybe he was hoping you could prove his innocence if you found out what happened there.
I guess. Aren't you the one who first said he was probably guilty?
Worth investigating still. Are you all right, Grace?
Gosh, it's
You
so
seem
annoying.
troubled.
Apollo, like, essentially knows what happened. And, like, I know we can't talk about the prophecy or whatever, but he could at least give, like, a freaking clue or something. Like a nudge. He knows. Like, I mean, he doesn't, like... He doesn't know what happened. But he knows a lot. And he's not telling her anything. It's frustrating. Ah.
What Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
Oh, that's interesting. I can't do that one.
What do you mean, all this? Saving my life? Helping find your friend's murderer?
When we met, I said I would just make things worse. And I was right.
You haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
I probably have to romance him to be able to use that one.
Give my
We're gonna
regards
have
to
to do another
Persephone.
playthrough
when
of
you
this,
see her.
aren't we? Dag nabbit! I mean, I like this game, so I'm not that upset, but like, I had a plan, guys! I had a plan! I mean, I already know it takes about 2 streams to finish a playthrough. So maybe I can plan on 2 streams over
Always so
winter break.
dramatic. Well done, by the way. And cheers to you,
Look at them
Aphrodite.
getting cozy.
You shall be missed. For a few years, at least.
You kept things from me.
Why didn't you tell me what it was really all about?
The party? Or the veil lifting? And Calliope's memories eventually returning?
Yeah, either.
It's not something you can
don't take my
prepare
drink.
for.
Bruh,
I thought this
I
was the
wasn't done
best
with that.
way.
Oh, she's giving me more.
I
That's
remember
okay.
the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
It's confusing. Sometimes I wish I liked whiskey, because look how classy they look right now. Just like holding their glass with like a single ice cube. She's like staring contemplatively into it. But no, I think it's gross. I mean, it's not that it's gross, it's not that good. Just drink apple juice? Yeah, and just do it contemplatively. I could even put like maybe like a single because I mean it's not quite the same color. It needs to be like a little bit darker, I feel like, but I could probably fake it. That's all.
Oh, well, that sounds awful.
It was. Though not as awful as being his wife. We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
That's really good advice, period.
You're incredible. You know that?
There's no need to be facetious, Grace.
No, really.
I am incredible.
Yeah,
It's
you
true.
are.
It's good that you recognize this.
Okay, I take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back, Grace. I would have thought you'd learned that by now.
Love song. Love song. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is a new song.
After centuries of cruel injustice, everybody working against me, every idol but for one, violent with apathy.
Weird love song.
We couldn't reach a resolution, but you and I, I'm queen of the underworld.
Gods like me don't have too much to hope for. The rules been fixed throughout the ages. So I have forged a daring path. I'd like to make some changes.
Slash cast.
You see,
Whichever it is.
we can win a revolution. You and I, you and I. I'm queen of the underworld.
Oh, just Creeper.
And you, Grace, you.
Romance.
Your lost little girl.
Ooh, I like bringing that back.
First time we met, you called me that. And now I understand. Show it or not, I see your heart.
You've got one big mouth on you, don't you? Yet it's me who's closing in. Think I like that mouth on you, won't you? You've overstayed your welcome. Time to go home. Get out of here, Grace.
I am speechless. I'm confused though. Like, should I have said something different? Was that actually not a good ending? Or is it just that she has trouble opening up? And so, like, oh, that got hot never real quick. Mr. Darcy. Alrighty. I could just go back. I want to go back. I want to go back. She's like, you overstayed your welcome, leave. And I'm like, sup, Persephone.
You've returned. I'm glad. I've had time to do some thinking. I may have been too dismissive after Aphrodite's party. You no doubt have many questions about the Eidolon and Calliope's memories.
Literally 10
Apollo
seconds.
told me a little about it. He did say I should talk to you, though.
Did he now? Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Wish life was this easy. How many times
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
We call it passing on. I've lost track of just how many times I've passed on my Eidolon. A dozen? It's happened less often in more recent eras.
And the one you told me about, the woman married to that gangster, she was the most recent?
I don't think of Chastity as a she. That was me, just as the one my husband blasted with a shotgun was also me. It was one of the few times I wasn't able to prepare my successor. We were friends, yes, but I didn't know what Persephone was, and I had no idea what I'd just become.
That must have been difficult.
It's just like,
It was more difficult taking over my dead husband's territory. Women weren't often mobsters in those days.
oh, that's awesome. But that's actually really interesting to be like, you know, like Grace was like, oh, so she was the most recent. And then she's like, no, like I'm the most recent. And I'm also like, that has to be so confusing to like genuinely feel as if both those are your genuine self. And then that means you also have that memory from two different perspectives. That's also very interesting. So you can remember your own impressions about yourself from an outside perspective. Isn't that trippy?
Were you really a gangster? I've heard it said, but it sounds...
Let me put it this way. I felt as if I'd been blessed by a dying woman who saved me from a prison of my own making. I didn't know what I was, but I was free. I felt more alive than I'd ever felt before, and strong enough to toss an ox 10 feet. Did I set out to become a mobster? Not exactly. My husband's friends thought I'd murdered him, however, so they came after me. And one thing led to another.
Oh, I see.
Athena found me just as my memories were starting to return. I wasn't permitted to continue doing something so noticeable, so I was carted off to Olympus. It's too bad, really. I was an excellent mobster.
I believe it. Oh.
Wait, you said that Persephone passed on her Eidolon as she lay dying. What if she had just died?
The Eidolon will keep us alive for a time, even in the most horrific circumstances, in hopes that there's someone to pass it on to.
What if there isn't? What if Chastity had died before you were shot?
Well, then the line of Persephone would have ended then and there. Oh, there are some stories that say an Eidolon will go wandering, that it never really dies. And who knows if there's any truth to that. It's not exactly something we've had the opportunity to study. All we know is that many idols have left us forever. They've died, and that's how it happens.
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
First, you'll have dreams. Places you've never been, people you've never met. But unlike with normal dreams, these will linger. Then they will come while you're awake. Sudden flashes or snippets of déjà vu. And sometimes it will seem so real you'll swear you're hallucinating. If there's anything difficult about the process, is that it becomes hard to differentiate between your life and all these other lives you're now recalling.
It does sound confusing.
Confusing and often unpleasant, as not all the memories will be fond ones. But that will pass in time.
Will I still remember my own life? Although she kind of already asked.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Oh, how do I explain this? Grace, would you say that you are who you are because of your experiences? The things you've lived and done?
I guess so, sure.
Well, all the things Calliope has done, and those before her, will now be yours. They will feel like a part of your life as well. Thus, they can't help but shape you. The Grace that is now will be and will have done so much more. Fortunately, you don't have to deal with every memory. Each time the Eidolon passes on, the oldest memories fade, and that helps.
How is fading memories a good thing?
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
Think of how old we are, Grace. If all those memories returned to you with perfect clarity, they would destroy you.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Well, far more than we remember. The further I think back, the more it becomes a bit of a blur, actually. You'll recall important moments. Some will be mixed up with the stories mortals tell, and you won't be sure which is the memory and which is the story. An idol's memory is a series of islands in a dark ocean, and they become smaller and smaller as they recede into the horizon. It sounds dire, but you become accustomed to it. It just takes time. And now you have all the time in the world.
It's fair.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Either the trial will end poorly, in which case all of this is moot, or it will end well, and you will have plenty of time to digest.
Yeah, thanks for the update.
I'm a realist, Grace. It's what I'm best at. Now then, unless you've something else to ask.
Yeah, will you be my girlfriend?
Are you willing to talk about Hades? If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just...
Incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband.
Yep.
that.
Because I want to be in that spot, not the murdered
One might
kind.
think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me. He had a presence. I mean, one that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way. For centuries, I actually thought I was in love, that the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's funny how our perspectives change.
Interesting. What changed?
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up. I was a trophy for Hades. A conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small.
Aw.
I slowly realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
And that's when you killed him?
That's when I killed him, yes. The first time one idol had ever murdered another. Thank you very much.
You were punished, right?
I'm guessing the other idols weren't thrilled with you killing Hades.
Well, yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost. See, this was before the war and before all the new rules. The chorus had never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder, and stripped the throne I had wrested from his grasp.
Are you drowning me?
Which you weren't happy about.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No.
Thank you for the posture check.
I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
How'd you end up running a nightclub?
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of merriment.
Okay, there has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s, I assure you, but he didn't know how to run a business. By the time disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club. So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow. I was successful. The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying his tab.
Nice.
Sucks to be him.
Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
Now I want to meet this guy. He's not a character in the game, but I want to meet him.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
Good friends.
We were.
And
if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Clio, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they were someone else. Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such a stupid name.
I never thought of that.
Wait, did she just get like see-through
Do
for a
idols
second?
change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently. Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
How'd you end up friends with Calliope?
if you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
Well, she sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before. Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Wow.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who had mastered it. What can I say? I mean, I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in. Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, it made taking her in all the sweeter.
You and Calliope became friends?
After you took Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
Well, no, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope entertained here for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, we warmed up to each other eventually. She was more capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
Oh, then you didn't really meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything, as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment. She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
What's the deal with you and Apollo?
What's the deal between you and Apollo? The way you two fight.
I've told you how he and the other idols stood by and let me rot with Hades, did I not?
Yeah, but what
It seems more personal than that.
Okay, there's an old saying that no one escapes the underworld. But that's not true. I did. Once. Not long after Hades kidnapped me. I was homesick, and I missed my mother. Charon took pity on me and allowed me across the Styx. And after that, Grace, I waded through darkness itself to get out of there. Hades chased after me relentlessly, but I evaded him, right up until I got to the very slopes of Olympus. And who do you suppose was the first idol I met?
Uh-oh.
Apollo stood there. I cried out to him, begging him not to let Hades take me, and yet Apollo did as he has always done. Absolutely nothing. Hades was thrilled, and I knew then and there I could never rely on my so-called family for anything, ever again.
Aww. That's so sad!
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned
Think of it,
two
AJ.
others. Were they lost in the war?
One of them was, though not like you think. The day we were to leave on the ship, Talia simply never showed up.
Oh.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never heard from her again. Apollo thrashed about in mourning, but, Talia had been fading away for years. It wasn't a surprise to the rest of us.
What about the other muse? Cleo.
Died long before. A victim at the hands of a mortal man, when she no longer possessed the power to bedazzle him. As I understand it, he kept her in a cage as a pet until her eidolon shriveled up and perished. He was dead before she was.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, that is pretty dark.
Yes, well, we come by our wariness of mortals honestly, Grace.
Tell me about the idol.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
What constitutes a little more in this instance?
Literally tell me
Well,
everything. I want the textbook.
What are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows. I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. Was there something before her? How did she get her eidolon? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in those early days, or were forbidden to, and our memories only stretch back so far. Anything beyond that simply isn't.
It's unsatisfying.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Gods are okay, but aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember after Rome was 1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed.
Huh?
Athena calls that period the gap. And that's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
Wait, what is this lore? I totally missed this part of the lore in the first playthrough.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...?
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery, near Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the gap was wiped away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
The heck?
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those idols who remained. Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
Yeah, tell me more about this. What the heck?
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
All back to Athena.
That's putting it mildly.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
Honestly, after my mother was murdered, I barely remember.
Your mother?
Her name was Demeter. Not truly my mother, but an idol who had always cared for me since the early days. I thought we'd be together forever. Then Ares brought those filthy bastards down on us. Demeter was slain by bullets. Until that day, I had believed we were untouchable.
How did that happen?
How could that even happen? You were gods, weren't you? Even if soldiers surprised you.
Our powers aren't limitless, Grace. We can't leap tall buildings or bend steel bars, and we certainly aren't bulletproof. Once, possibly, but not by the war.
You get the feeling
We
you know
also
who
didn't
Ares
have a
helped in the
plan.
war?
It was unimaginable that mortals would do this, even if they knew we existed. In short, we were fools. After that, I don't know. We went from hiding place to hiding place. I didn't even know what Hephaestus had done for us when I found myself on a boat. We might have been gods once, but after the war, we were just refugees, like so many others, fleeing to a distant land.
Was it hard to come to the
Was it hard for the idols to come to the New World? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't the place that was hard, it was the fear. We knew we were vulnerable. We knew mortals could and would kill us. Suddenly, there were rules. We had to be secret. We had to stay close together. We huddled in the shadows and quaked each time the mortals so much as breathed in our direction. We couldn't all live that way. Some of us drifted away, faded into the night without so much as an explanation. That's what's been the hard part. Our inevitable decline in a place where we don't belong. We can pass on our eidolons as often as we like, but it will never truly be home.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Oh yes, that's where I'll be. Around.
Bye. All right, let's go talk to Persephone. I'm just kidding. Yo, Hermes.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddie?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
You know Freddie?
What, you and Freddie are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you. Friday has this movie that I've never seen. It's super cool, right?
I love Hermes.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Do I have a choice?
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you. Yeah, 'cause I'm getting close.
She could always come here.
Close to the
Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
What? Athena never leaves Olympus?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Is this what you do?
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
Do you like
You
running?
say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
Do you know the old Hermes?
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different.
My brain's
And
spinning
then he went on
so
his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
You'll be him again.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
How dare you say something? I'm just kidding.
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Aw. It's like really nice.
Thanks, I guess.
I want to cosplay like every single one of these characters. Oh yeah, I'm all ready. This one, let's be charming. Yeah, let's add charming. That's certainly the same one I had.
There
last
you
time,
are,
but it's
Grace. Do have a seat.
fine. Owl sees everything.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like.
Defiant.
You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
You're annoyed.
Sorry to be annoying.
I'm not annoyed, my dear. I'm concerned what new trouble you'll find in attempting to escape your old trouble.
Oh well, I'll try to die more quietly next time.
You think our judgment was rash?
Yep.
It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
All right, let's see. You don't care at all. Like you care about Medusa.
You care. About me? That's a laugh. You sit up here in your tower and whatever humanity you might have once had, whatever wisdom, it's eroded away to nothing. The only thing you care about is making sure it doesn't all shatter. Not on your watch.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
Why? Tell me.
I've heard
this.
most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
I feel like that's, you know, she's all like, oh, the idols are dying. But I'm like, dude, everybody dies. Maybe you guys just live a lot longer than everybody else. Right, X-Dragon?
You feel responsible, don't you? For everything.
I am responsible. Aphrodite wallows in her pain, Apollo in his regrets, and Persephone in her bitterness. Every other idol of power is gone.
So
dramatic.
there's only you. You have to shoulder the burden for everyone, like it or not. I'm sorry, Athena. I had no idea.
They won't thank me for it.
Yeah, why would we?
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is.
I'll make your job very difficult.
If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
All of them. All the questions. Every concern. Medusa.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Can you...
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
Mm-hmm.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
Stop using
How
her.
about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere
This
she
is
won't be
what I keep
tempted
doing
all the
last
time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know. Now, if there isn't anything else...
Who can?
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Doesn't matter, you gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
You're kidding, right?
Gave it to me. Athena, I had that key all along.
You what?
It's just like you thought. I used it to attack Calliope that night. Then I brought her back home to finish her off. A mortal with a plan, baby. Stole my way into godhood. Watch me roar.
That's not funny, Grace.
What's funny is that you thought I'd tell you without getting anything in return. Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night
my silly
Calliope
penny.
died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
Tell me about the pan.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Is he a killer?
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
No, it's led me
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it... Thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
I'll go.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace.
No, you're not.
If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you? Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
I want the cookie. Why does Grace never take a cookie? I want the cookie.
Don't take it personally, Grace. Athena's first instinct is to follow the rules whenever things get rough. As if she believes that if the idols don't blindly follow every rule to the letter, we'll dissolve into utter chaos.
Well, is she right?
Probably.
I didn't need a lecture.
It was a bit much, dragging me into her office just to complain about the investigation she forced me into. What could she hope to achieve? That I'd stop trying?
Maybe she just wanted to find out what you know.
Cookies.
I imagine she simply wanted to remind you not to rock the boat as you bail. At any rate, I'm afraid we're going to have to disappoint her again.
Uh-oh. What now?
Let's go.
You need to go back to the reliquary, Grace.
Shifting again. Gotta shift every once in a while. She's gonna try and murder your face. Exactly. Much easier than an unknown trial. Yep. I wonder how I unlock I bet I know why. I feel like I did that last time somehow.
Even though Athena specifically warned me not to? That'll go over well.
The one thing we do not yet know is why Calliope went to the reliquary in the first place.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
We can't ask Calliope what her plan was. But you might be able to remember what she was doing there.
Her memories? But I thought
that it will take years, yes. But if you go somewhere important to Calliope, or touch something special to her, you'll get flashes, feelings.
Oh,
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
I'm willing to
Without
wager
Freddy.
the place Calliope met her fate has left its mark in Grace's psyche. We have only to uncover it.
You sure this will work?
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
I do know something about how memories work after the transition, but no, I'm not certain. You want certainty? Wait until your trial. Without discovering more, the outcome of that is certain.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, my, you're just full of ideas, aren't you? Do you have any suggestions regarding how we might go about doing that?
Deja vu it is.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
That's because we are desperate, Grace. Either we take this shot at learning the truth, or we overthrow Athena and the chorus by force, and disregard this stupid trial.
Let's do that one.
She's joking, right? She's joking, right?
What would I be looking
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of who attacked Calliope, or why she was there. Anything we could work with. I've spoken to almost all the idols, and every single one says they hadn't seen or heard from her. If she was keeping to herself, then why now? What started this? We're missing something important, Grace.
What if Grace goes there and the memory she sees is that she attacked Calliope? A Grace from the future. It'd be a twist.
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
I'm certainly not suggesting we ask Athena for permission.
Then you mean...
A week ago, I would have said breaking into the reliquary was impossible. Yet it appears Hecate can be surprised. If her book says she will be.
Let's hope the book says that again, I guess.
Unless you've some other plan. I'm all ears, as they say.
The reliquary has alarms. We did figure this out.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then they discover you and we apologize profusely.
Will not be a good look, though, just saying.
All right, let's do this.
Right then.
Still so dumb
Back to
that
the
Freddy
reliquary it is.
So dumb.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Do not know.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go in with you. Hecate would sense me right away. I will, however, stay close by. If anything happens, I'll come. Hecate won't stop me. The Minotaur won't stop me. Nothing will.
You care?
Gosh, it almost seems like you care.
Ugh, can we just get on with this already?
Now we're flirting. Can't stop the flirting. Okay. Last time I did sneak in the back way, so we're gonna do something different. Let's do be honest. Maybe her book says we're come. Seems like a terrible idea, but I want to give it a shot. Like, I think this is an awful idea.
Ah, so that is now.
Oh, you were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
Your book was wrong again?
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change.
I guess that's kind of fair.
However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
Didn't I make you and the Minotaur, well, happier?
You did. It is pleasant.
Isn't that worth anything?
This was true when you were here last, and yet I still considered my duty paramount.
I guess it can't be that pleasant.
My happiness is irrelevant.
Yeah.
I am grateful for all you have done, but my purpose here cannot be so easily cast aside.
I wonder if you'd have both of them? Maybe. Don't you want the truth?
Astarion said you don't know why Calliope was here, or what she did.
That is correct.
Don't you want to? Aren't you the least bit curious?
You could say it's your duty to find out, at least so it doesn't happen again, right?
That is an argument not entirely without merit.
Then let me go.
Then let me try. I'll accept whatever conditions you want, Hecate. I'm begging you.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not touch.
She knows.
The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous.
Got it.
She knows. She knows. Grace will come to
Okay, Grace. What the heck do you do now? Of all the times to not have Freddy around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start?
Wonder.
Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
It's cute. They have very similar shoes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Deja vu. Branch. Just gonna do a bunch of them in a random order.
They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing. Freddy, are you out there? Can you hear me? What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am.
That doesn't make sense. Like, when I did my first playthrough and we snuck in, that made sense. But in this playthrough, it does not make sense.
What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right? Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
There it is. Mirror.
This is it. Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she... Uh-oh.
We can talk about
I don't
this.
suppose there's any chance you'll put those knives away.
I do think this is a very interesting, like,
Okay, then.
style, I guess.
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Like, they're almost like mannequins. It's very interesting.
Oh! Grace? Freddy! We've got to run! My powers don't work on them, they just keep coming!
Oh, Grace looks so scared. Freddy knows.
No, I won't let you! Freddy!
Freddy's the best. Why did... Every time.
Oh god. Oh god, Freddy!
By the gods.
You summoned the Furies.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't! There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it!
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Or someone else.
I didn't talk to any Fates. There were figures in the mirror, but they vanished when the Furies got there.
This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do.
I know one.
You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted. But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
It wasn't.
Persephone, we can't just... There must be something we can do.
She made her choice, Grace.
Yeah, we didn't learn anything. You're right, PJs.
It's not right!
Come. There's nothing more to be done.
It's still a little weird that they just, like, literally leave her body there. Like, I'm sure Hecate will take care of it, but, like, give her a funeral or something. Come on. Like, you don't have to just... Oh, see, this is so sad. Where should I go now? Oh. Freddy's the best. Actually, I want to look at the journal really quickly, because... she sacrificed her life.
I'm sorry it came to this, Grace. It's clear what your friend meant to you.
We left her there. I can't believe we left her there.
We had no choice. Hecate will take care of her.
I should be taking care of her.
Grace, is that how Calliope died? Was she also attacked by the Furies? Do you remember?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
No doubt sent by the same person. Perhaps for the same reason.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
There's only one use for that mirror. To speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates know all that is or will be. Destiny is theirs to command. Or so it's said. One contacts them either to know one's fate, or to change it. Not that the Fates are likely to oblige.
Are the Fates that powerful?
Can these Fates really control the future?
They control the fate of all beings. I imagine it's they who give Apollo his powers, and they who write Hecate's books.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, it seems.
Could it have been the Fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
They're not known to be vindictive. If they don't want to answer, they simply won't.
Who can command the Furies?
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
No one does, not these days. Hecate herself would have been my guess. Zeus might have, in his role as king of old Olympus, but he is long gone.
Clearly someone can do it.
Unless they weren't summoned. They could have been responding to something you did unwittingly, something Calliope also did. And what that could be, I'm afraid I have no clue.
Why did they stop?
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They exist to punish. They demanded blood, and blood was taken. It didn't need to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
They wouldn't have rested, not ever, until they had their due.
So somebody had to die.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
Think of them as forces of nature, but an aspect mortals rarely encounter. They're older than any idol. They were created to enforce the ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Well, there were. Laws even the idols had to obey, from the earliest days of old Olympus. Even if they still existed and you'd broken one, we would all know. These are not petty crimes one stumbles into.
If only we knew more.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Well, there is another way to ask them.
I wondered how long that would take. Hecate is enraged. She's threatened to close off the reliquary entirely and forever. Athena is beside herself.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You just had to keep pushing, didn't you? Until you got what you wanted.
Hey, she didn't bring this up
This
until
isn't about me. We're out of options, Apollo, and you know there's only one other way to contact the Fates.
Oh, how convenient.
It is a little convenient, but like if this was her goal all along, she would have brought it up way sooner. Like,
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. Then why did you come, Apollo? To gloat? To wish Grace well? Or to actually help?
That's a good point.
Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the fates. It's simple.
I'm in. No, I just want to go for it.
No need to keep selling me on it. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah. I need to punch something really hard. Or overthrow hell. I'm good with either of those things.
Did you see that, Apollo? You see, that is what a backbone looks like.
This is why we're flirting.
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
You keep saying I can't.
And consider
the
this,
things you
Apollo.
can.
Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies. According to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
You should have let
Wait, what? Freddy's in Hades? What? Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine.
Yep, entirely.
I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
Of course not. Didn't ask
If that's
you to.
what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Shall I wait here, or...?
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
You won't be in
Come on,
trouble.
Hermes. How much trouble would you be in, really? What's Athena gonna do? Leave Olympus? Get her own dry cleaning? She needs you more than you need her.
Yeah, but Athena works so hard, and it's always for everyone else.
Sounds like someone else I know. Isn't there anything that you want, Hermes?
Oh. What I want is the truth.
I want that too.
That's what I want too. The truth. You don't believe I killed Calliope, right?
No, I don't.
Then help me. Trust me. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Signal when you need to come back.
I still think it's so funny because
sure?
she can connect any.
Yeah,
They can connect
feels
any
like
two
the right thing.
doorways,
Be careful,
and that
Grace.
includes a dumpster lid. And I
Remember.
just think that's hilarious.
The underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
Jump into that dumpster. Got style.
Welcome to the real underworld.
Wow. It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
Who's Orpheus?
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
Nope.
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Why haven't you mentioned it?
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
He's a bard.
Oh, you'll see.
Sounds exciting.
So there's gonna be a fight? Good. I need something to punch.
Don't get too excited, Grace. Orpheus is hardly a worthy foe.
Really? Even though he took your throne?
He took an empty throne after I left. That does not make him a king. Just someone else that's in my way.
Also, this song, the next song that comes up, kind of
In
slaps.
our way, you mean?
Yes, in our way.
Let's go.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come, it's time to cross the Styx.
Yeah, now remember you're trying to check up with her. Yeah, I know. All of the songs kind of slap. That's true. That's true. They do all kind of slap. Some are better than others though, but they all do slap. Although we gotta talk to Karen first.
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage.
Play games.
State your case clearly and with determination.
I do like this depiction of him. I think it's cool. Pick your jaw off the floor, Grace.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Kore Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
My name is Grace, also known as... Grace. I'm here to, help Persephone regain her throne.
Why else? Did you assume I went on holiday? I'm glad you think so, but I wasn't relaxing, and I'm certainly not about to start. No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
I want to play games with Corone. Is he always like this?
Has he, always been like this?
Once he was as grim as the grave itself. Time has clearly eroded his gravitas.
No destroying Corone.
And it appears I'll have to find Cerberus as he's gotten himself lost. Wonderful.
Cerberus, I want to meet
Let's get underway, Corone. It's a long ride to the throne room.
I should have a choice this time. I'm excited. One of those is Freddy, I bet.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed was denied his throne.
Really is dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddy, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
A child in a garden, a prize for a king, property bound and gagged with silver and satin. I gutted a god. This hell is mine. Won't let it be forgotten.
Yeah, Orpheus.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
We
coming.
might have a problem.
A wolf is waiting in the
This
tomb.
bard's already
Someone's
dead,
coming.
but you can defeat him.
I can feel them howling at the moon.
My help.
Don't forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been.
What happened to the music?
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Betty. Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song, a welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse, any requests?
Is that good?
Questions?
Are you really that good?
Down, loop it. I wouldn't say that I'm good. I wouldn't say that I'm great. I wouldn't say that my timing's perfect. I wouldn't say that I'm late.
But you can say that he's
the best that's ever been. The best you've ever seen. The best you've ever heard. And I haven't even really sung a single word.
I think I chose poorly.
Okay, just get in a gauge. Got your thing? Try again. Another request?
My friend is dead. Can you help me?
Loop. The river keeps secrets deep in the water. How far do you sink till you're buried below? I challenged the fates and found my Eurydice, but you had to kill her, and I won't let it go. You're asking the wrong person.
I beg your pardon. I wanna behave properly. It's not your song. You better stay open. She's a friend and a god.
The throne is for me. I won't let it be forgotten.
Persephone, your part in this will never be forgotten.
I want to hear his voice.
I have nothing but a dark and empty hole, wanting something to fill a shallow soul. I am the king of constant sorrow with a throne room.
It's not your throne, Orpheus.
It will be until you admit you were wrong.
I wouldn't go there. It's too much for you, and I'm not sorry for your mistake.
Orpheus, have you wondered if this queen was a slave? She couldn't help, you dug your own grave. And now it's her homecoming.
Oh, yes, she was a helpless prisoner all those centuries.
Okay,
What do
now
you
I
know
what's
of it,
happening.
Bard?
I know a fairy tale when I hear one.
I'm an immortal. I'm not a dead bard. Honestly, I'm here to rule. This role isn't open. Your queen has returned.
Your Majesty won't let this man be forgotten.
Orpheus, you'll never be forgotten. You both exist somewhere on the border between real and imagined, the living, the dead. So how can this place be everything you dreamed of? You both deserve more, you must let it go. You both
plan,
deserve
guys.
more than this stupid throne.
We have been fools.
You're right. Yet, what about the throne? We can't just leave it empty, can we?
Of course not. This hell is mine.
You dare. All this talk of being trapped by the past, and it was just a smokescreen so you could take the throne? You?
I think this relationship is over. Why not?
Why not? I don't have your baggage after all, or your enemies.
Says the girl still facing a trial for her life. Oh, your allies are so steadfast, are they?
Evidently not, considering I thought you were one of them.
You think that taking the throne will help you? Go on then. Please, show me your power, oh great queen of Hades.
It's okay, you clearly say. Okay, wait. Man, he had a good voice. Okay, what do? Try to contact the Fates, get over, or tell her to get over. I don't want to be argumentative. I'm just gonna try to contact the Fates.
Fates, here I am, the Queen of Hades. Let's talk, okay?
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
This is Grace, last of the Muses, summoning the Fates.
Should I do
Problems?
Yeah.
Is there some trick to it? Or are you not gonna tell me now?
I'll let you in on a little secret, Grace. There is no contacting the Fates. There never was.
And Freddy?
If the throne alone could bring someone back from the dead, surely even Orpheus would have figured it out.
That's it then. We came here for nothing.
I doubt the Fates would have responded even to the mirror, Grace. And the boundaries of death cannot be commanded away. Not even by the ruler of Hades.
Then what is this throne good for? Just a fancy chair? Bragging rights?
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear.
Should we, like,
Yet
legitimately
you
try to bring
might
Freddy
have
back
spoken
this
to
time?
her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Hey.
Freddy! Since it ain't gonna be for 70.
You're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Or Apollo.
Fred,
Or
know.
Fan.
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
Or Hermes. Man, if we had the chance to do with Hermes, yeah, that'd be good. Guys, do we legitimately try to bring her back? Hermes strikes me as asexual. I mean, yeah, I get that. I get that, like, vibe, you know? Fair. No, we can change them. I'm just kidding. I love Freddy, so I say yes. I think we should give it a shot. I don't know what's gonna happen. It may not even be possible, but I'm gonna give it an honest effort to, like, legitimately give Freddy my Eidolon. I'm gonna try.
You shouldn't even have been there. I never should have gotten you involved.
Hey, no. You didn't get me involved. I got myself involved.
And look what happened.
I got to be the hero of the story. Just for one shining moment. How cool is that?
See, Freddy's the best. Even in death,
This isn't a
she's
story,
just like,
Fred.
Huh? You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it. Without me. Hey, no.
Just so sweet.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace.
My Eidolon is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
I, guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection.
I believe you that that's a
why
real
the idols
word,
have forgotten
Tracy.
so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
Tell us what happened.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have. But I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No. I don't suppose he could have.
Yeah, he could have.
It's a long story.
We got time.
Skip to the end. I want to know who sent the Furies after you.
Athena.
No.
It's true. Apollo delivered a prophecy to her that said I needed to die. Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world.
That's funny,
To you.
crazy. Not the game, crazy homo. It means automobile liability insurance. Oh my gosh.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
He does disagree. He's made it very clear.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
Tell us.
I don't care. I have to know.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
Who told
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
I want to know who told Athena.
You went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh.
That's how.
Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
Yep.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
And you made it. For what it's worth, thank you.
You're thanking me?
You gave me a gift, Calliope. Everything that happened afterwards, it wasn't your fault.
Thank you for saying that, Grace. Truly.
Athena will pay.
Athena's gonna pay for this. She will pay.
She wanted to save the idols. And I wanted that too.
You weren't about to kill anyone to get it.
This isn't fair.
It isn't fair, Freddy. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
Alright, here we go. Time to do our best to save Freddy. I have one goal and one goal only. Life's not fair. I was meant to
So
be
many
king.
years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries.
Wait, why is this so...
I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go.
It's so funny that this is off. Just don't read it, it's fine.
We were so far from shore, great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go. How can I let go now? I won't. It's just not fair. We took our first steps together. Now you'd have me walk.
It's off. The audio is just completely off. Like, I thought it was just the subtitles that... I thought it was just the subtitles that were ahead. But the audio is behind. I'm hoping that pausing will, like, fix it. So let's just hope. Alright, hopefully it fixes itself.
Always there for me, from heartbreak and through injury. We do it again, but now it's time to go. It's time to go.
Giving it our best effort.
If I could bring you back, I would give it all to you, my best friend. If I could choose a muse,
You would give up godhood to bring
Yeah, it's definitely a bug.
her back.
any day, every day, a life for a life, Farishta, please stay.
Grace, no. It's time.
I want to see what happens.
Who knows what comes next? But I will face it beside you.
Okay, wait, so
If
am I
you
just
turn-
Freddy now?
You did it. You actually brought me
Oh my
back from
God.
the dead.
I didn't know that was a thing!
Of course I did.
So who's the muse now? Is she the muse?
Did you get a chance to speak to the Fates?
I'm so confused.
Then what happened?
I'm the queen of Hades.
I took Persephone's throne. Not that it did me much good.
She's so mad at
You
me.
did what?
Stole my throne. You're looking at the new queen of Hades, Apollo. A mortal.
I've
at
royally
that.
messed things up this playthrough.
Immortal. Then you're no longer the last muse?
And you know why that was a problem, don't you? That's right. We learned about the prophecy, as well as all your lies. You knew. You knew the truth this
I did
entire
really screw
time.
this one up.
Even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes.
I definitely should have done
Yes, I
the
did.
whole steal the underworld one at the same time as trying to romance Apollo. That would have, yeah.
Is there more you haven't told me? Did you know about the Furies as well?
No. I didn't know how Calliope died.
But you knew Athena was behind it.
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction.
You did a very bad job of
Help you
that.
find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed.
Yeah.
We know it now.
Well, then it's done. You're locked into it, as is Freddy. Athena will want her dead, too.
You're right. I actually hadn't considered that part.
I'm so sorry, Grace. I never meant for this to happen.
I'm really curious how this whole thing's gonna wrap up now that
That's right. Leave.
she's
It's
no
what
longer
you're
even
best
the
at.
muse. Like what? Do I lose? Like, can I no
I
longer
don't know
make
how this will affect your
decisions?
trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. You're not the last muse any longer. After all, your Freddy isn't on trial. Yet if Athena believes you both need to die in order to save the idols, she'll find a way.
Then it's a fight.
Then I'll just have to stop her, won't I?
Brave words for a mortal.
If I've learned anything, it's that idols aren't all powerful. Plus, I'll have help, right?
I lied to you, used you, and you still want my help?
I'd say you owe me.
I intend to keep my promise.
Yeah, no
We
more
go to the
musical- is that
trial
like-
and I'll help you, even if it means overthrowing Athena.
Can we still salvage his love? That's what I'm trying to
Calliope
do.
would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to
I
prepare.
don't know what's gonna happen now.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there no more musical numbers? Start with Freddy. Well, we're gonna talk to everyone, but let's start with Freddy. I want to know what the heck's going on here.
Freddy, can we talk? Freddy, please. Whatever I did, I need to make it right. Talk to me. Hey.
Is she upset?
Freddy, are you okay?
No. No, I'm really not. Why did you do it, Grace? You brought me back. You made me the muse.
Man, what's giving up immortality for your best friend in the entire universe?
No, I'm serious.
And I'm not. Freddy, I'd do anything for you. Just like you'd do anything for me.
Grace, I told you that I was at peace with my decision. I've watched the struggles you've had as the muse, and now you've thrown them all on me. You didn't even ask.
You don't wish you were still dead, do you?
Oh no.
Did I screw up?
I screwed up.
I don't know.
Tell me what's wrong.
Hey, it's okay. I'm here. Tell me what's wrong, Fred.
I came back from the dead. And I was actually dead. And I'm not the same now. I've changed.
And it's not just being the muse, it's I'm different and so are you, and nothing between us can ever be the same again.
See, this
Of course
is
it'll
why.
be the same. Why wouldn't it?
Grace, I sacrificed myself because I love you. I'm in love with you. And I have been for a really long time.
Okay, do we throw away the whole Persephone thing and just go all in for Freddy? Because that's kind of what we tried to do the first time. Let's do it.
Well, that's ironic.
What is?
I, feel the same way.
New timeline rules.
I always have.
Oh. Well, I thought
The
you
Persephone ship sailed
and
off a cliff when you
Persephone
stole her
were-
throne. Forget Persephone.
We were. At least, I thought we were. But after Hades, and if I had known you felt that way.
Oh.
Why do you think I joined your band? After college, we started drifting apart.
Why do you think I started the band?
Freddy is cuter.
All this time. And neither of us said anything.
We know now. Isn't that a good thing?
The trial's tomorrow, Grace. Athena doesn't know about me. Once she does, I'm the last muse. She's gonna want me dead, isn't she?
We can still get through this, Fred.
Yeah, but even if we do, I'll keep changing. And when I start becoming Calliope, will I still love you?
I don't know.
Now every word's been said. I can't think of any more to fix what's broken. So many books I've read, and still not a word of anything could reveal how this feels.
I feel so bad. Like,
Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. I would prefer that we were late then, never together again. What you don't get is death. I died. You and I are not the same people who we once knew. Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. Only if we could just escape demise. I'll always love you, Grace. But is it too late? Too late?
oof. Should have taken her at the start when you decided between her and Pan. Yeah, that's true. Man. I did just get rejected. Jesus.
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
That bad?
That bad, huh? I'm not surprised. He left my place pretty upset.
You know, I knew it when I saw you. That girl's gonna be trouble. But does he listen? No. Look, I'm not stupid. I don't buy into this god crap, but I know Paul and the rest of you are not on the right side of normal. Even so, Paul is a good guy. Leave him alone. He doesn't want to talk to you.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
Oh, those chips, the chips. Oh, what did your journal say? I'll check
after this. I know
after
how
this.
Persephone feels. But not you. You'd have every right to be furious with me.
You think I need to be protected, Apollo, but I don't. Certainly not by you.
It wasn't that I thought you helpless, Grace. It was that I was the one who set this all in motion. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
But it wasn't, was it? The moment it all went sideways, you should have said something.
You're right. I didn't want to make things worse, but it appears I did anyhow.
It's very mopey.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
Like, instead of, like, actually doing something, he's just, like, wallowing in self-pity.
Yeah, I get it. It's not easy, but I get it.
I suppose I'll see you at the trial, Grace. I wish you all the best.
Don't romance him, please. Don't worry, that's for the next run-through. It's the next run-through. Alright, journal. Freddy. Okay, it's a good thing I did talk to Fred. In fact, it turns out this conversation was long overdue. For one, she's been in love with me this entire time, which is extra ironic because I've been in love with her. We just never told each other until now. Freddie had accepted her decision to sacrifice herself for me, and I kind of overrode that to bring her back, so now she has to watch me face death, and as the last muse, surely Athena will turn on her as well. It's a lot to drop on someone, and will this change how we feel? It's so weird thinking I could have told Freddie about this a long time ago. If I had, no, I can't think about that now. We need to face this trial tomorrow. First, we'll get through it somehow, together. Okay, so I don't think I totally screwed things up with Freddie yet. What about Persephone? Well, I tried talking to Persephone when she got back to this apartment, but she wasn't having it. If I want to settle this, I'll have to hunt her down. Okay. They were in love. They were a couple. Okay. I am low-key still gonna try to salvage the relationship with Persephone, because that was the intent of this playthrough. So I want to see what happens. Such a sucker for best friends turned lovers plotline, right?
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
I'm going to apologize.
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades, to have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
I don't want to do this because that's like the argumentative thing to do.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
You take my throne and I'm the one who apologizes?
I could go first if you like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, believe it or not. Is that better?
Well,
it's a start.
Do you regret it? Surrendering your Eidolon?
A little, but it's not because I surrendered it. It's because Freddie didn't want it.
Maybe a little, but it was worth it.
I wonder if I could have done as much for anyone. You do realize you may have brought your friend back, only to doom her to a quick death.
Throne stealer.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You gave her your new life. And you get to walk away as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, see,
only if we survive. And I would never walk away from a friend.
Excuse me. Nom nom. It's getting late, but I want to finish this playthrough. Confront Pan.
Pan? Are you here? Pan! All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
Maybe a bit.
Is that a problem? Is the mighty Pan too sensitive to withstand a little yelling?
It's less the mighty Pan and more the naughty Pan. Perhaps even the delightful Pan.
Bah! That's right! Bah!
Ah, you've learned something. Something not altogether pleasant, I'm guessing. Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I've any advice to offer.
Okay, where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die, just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
Oh, so just let the idols die off. You'd be okay with that?
Did the prophecy say precisely that? Prophecies can be such tricksy little bastards. Frankly, change is long overdue.
continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
He's got a good point, though. I mean, we already knew that because of the fact that we played through this game once, but still.
So this is it. You're back where you started, with nothing to show for it. Tomorrow we head to the trial. And who knows what'll happen.
Oh, she's not gonna sing because she's not the muse anymore. Oh, no, she's still gonna sing.
Lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. All my life I have been carried through. At the mercy of tides I lay unproved. But now I stand oar in hand, hoping my choices won't sink me. What can I do?
Was there background music the last time? Is this because she's
If
not
I'm
on
a
the muse?
boat lost at sea, can I build sails, find a breeze, own my own destiny?
I don't quite remember. Like, was that song longer in the first playthrough? Was there music in the background? Because now she's just singing. Like, she's not the muse anymore.
Okay, here we go. Hello?
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already
poor
waiting for you
Hermes
on
looks
Olympus.
so upset.
Care to explain how this is supposed to work? I don't exactly have an itinerary.
How this works is,
Yeah, I guess we'll find out in the next
you
playthrough.
follow us.
Bruh. Ugh, poor Hermes. Look at them. Ooh, do I have a snack? Thank you. Look, I got food.
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
This fried cauliflower is so good. Oh.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing.
Nom, nom, nom.
Let's begin, shall we?
Will Freddie be here? Can we sing?
Brothers, sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
Such as murder.
Extreme measures, such as murder. Would you sacrifice idols to save them, Athena? Seems counterproductive, doesn't it?
It is not unknown for a physician to cut off a limb in order to save the patient.
Oh, that's what you are? The heroic doctor, out to heal the poor, sick idols?
I am trying to save us! I will do anything and everything in my power and beyond to save us from extinction.
Anything, huh?
Yeah, Freddy! I feel a song coming on.
And who might you be, my dear?
Let Freddy speak.
Go on, tell her.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Freddy. Just came back from the dead. And I'm the new muse.
Pan. Oh,
That's impossible. Do you think us fools? Grace is standing right here, alive and well.
Yeah, you see, Grace gave up her Eidolon to bring me back from Hades. Seems that's a thing you can do.
Apparently.
Don't suppose that changes your plans for the trial at all, does it?
The Eidolon was not Grace's to pass on, so I'm afraid you'll have to share her fate, Freddy.
What you really mean is that she has to die because she's the last muse. And there can't be a last muse, can there?
I don't know what you're talking about, dear.
That is such a lie.
Tell them about the prophecy Apollo gave you, and how you've interpreted it. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
Murmur, 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 murmur. No. You can still stop this.
This is your chance to end it, Athena. Your last chance.
These are so good.
I know you want to save the idols, but there has to be some part of you that understands you've gone too far.
Nothing is too far!
This is.
No? Not even murdering Calliope? Freddy? Me? Tell them.
You gotta pan over to Freddy. Show Freddy using her powers.
Yes, it's me. It's me. Of course, it's me.
Stop doing a pity party.
The
Nobody's feels sad for you.
Done.
Nobody feels sad
Don't
for you,
you
Athena.
see? It had to be.
It didn't. It didn't and it doesn't. Nobody feels sad for
You
you.
all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always
Poor Asterion.
do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. All I ever did, all the sacrifice, all I ever hid, trying to be nice, everything for you. But in any case, I always knew you'd throw it in my face. You're so controlling. Sorry, little bird, time to wring your neck.
If only you knew that you can't force the future. Only just another thing you can subdue.
Only if only I lived in a quaint little barn like you. Only if I could just lie there and any time I moved, I'd tremble a reed or two.
I don't quite know what these three options mean. I'm a little confused. So I just want to see what happens.
Yes, there's a lot at stake, but there are other paths you can take. None of you see.
So it's down to me. It's fine. I'll take all the blame. I'll take all the pain. Think you see it all? You just see a scrap. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through.
Athena's never one to shirk any dirty work. Not counting these guys. Wait, they're the ones I saw. This time I'll get you.
You're just another one. Thinks she's a cut above. Puffed up and whistling as she skips into a war. Girl, I've met you 1,000 times before. 1,000 times before.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this might be my least favorite song in the whole game.
I'm okay dying again if it's with you. You're the only place to be.
Aphrodite, she'd stand with Grace too. Grace showed her mercy when she didn't have to show mercy.
You're not gonna do this again. We're not going through this again. Not again. I won't let there be another Calliope.
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be.
Finally, she gets it.
My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place?
Give it time, you'll find even
was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is.
I want to punch her.
I leave it up to
We're gonna do it.
what to do with this.
That's for me. And this, Calliope. Now we're done. Say bye to everyone. You're off to take a new exciting role in some dark hole.
There you go.
That was a little dramatic,
Now
but
it's
okay.
yours to drive. Let's see how long you stay alive.
Yeah, Freddy's like, what? Freddy does not look that happy. Yeah, that was probably not smart, but it's fine.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And?
That's a subtitle of this entire episode, exactly.
So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
I am, though I'll admit, the victory seems rather hollow. The idols could still be dying. If that's so, then I'll simply be presiding over our final days.
If you can't rule in Hades, rule here.
Since you can't rule in Hades, you'll take over up here? Seems just as pointless to me.
Oh, that's not,
It's not
the
pointless.
intonation I meant.
The idols will need help, now more than ever.
Perhaps what the idols need most is change.
Rubbing in. I know.
I don't
didn't
know if
mean
I have
that.
any say in this, but have you considered rejoining the real world? Stop hiding in the shadows, get rid of the chorus and all its rules, and just help each other instead.
So I'm not gonna lie that, like, although this is, like, you know, what needs to happen, I feel like if you're gonna enter the real world, having the chorus and rules is actually really important. It should be like an and, not an or, you know?
I'm with Freddy. How much has hiding really helped you?
We did flee a war, Grace. Hiding seemed the only thing to do after the last time mortals discovered us.
Maybe I was the only one listening to Grace's song. Surviving is what's been killing you. We need to do something new.
She's right.
Yeah,
By
she's right.
golly, are we truly considering something so radical? Have we collectively lost our minds?
Is that a yes?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little madness. It is yes. Yes, indeed.
I didn't really want this chair anyhow. I agree. Let's do it.
What about Athena?
What about Athena? There's no way she'll be okay with this.
Of course not.
Possibly not, but she's no longer here to offer her opinion.
Her things were already gone when we returned to Olympus. She didn't even ask Hermes for transportation elsewhere.
Good riddance.
No, she's straight up left.
If she did return, I wouldn't worry. Athena can never be to us what she was before. That's over.
Just like that? You're sure about this? I was expecting more argument.
It is rather our calling card, is it not?
Yeah, I was not expecting you to just run with it like that.
We've all been thinking about it for years. It's what Calliope fought for, in fact.
That's so sweet.
I wish she
Like
could have
full
been here to
circle.
see this day.
In a way, she is.
So, no rules at
There's
all?
no chorus. Does that mean idols just do whatever they want?
As much as anyone can.
And Medusa? She's off the leash, as it were?
Medusa has offered to live in the reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved.
As for the rest of us, we'll be subject to mortal authorities and their laws.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Quite so.
This is a big step.
Yeah. I can't believe you're so ready to give up that chair.
It won't be a hardship. Athena wore the fabric rather thin.
You know what I mean.
I told you I could change. All of us are long overdue, frankly.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have been proud to serve in your chorus, sister.
Aww.
Thank you, brother. Truly. Well, we have a lot of anxious idols to inform. Shall we?
Steal a cookie!
If it's okay, could we catch up with you? I'd just like to talk to Grace for a minute.
We'll be outside. Make it quick.
So, well, that was pretty wild, huh? You did it. You got through your trial unscathed.
We did it. We got through the trial together, side by side.
I didn't have a choice, Grace.
Sure you did. Athena didn't know you were the muse. You could have stayed away.
Watch them be
And let
poisoned,
you
that'd be
go
bad.
through that alone? Not a chance.
I would have been lost without you.
I know things were pretty intense before the trial. I still don't know how I feel about us, about everything. And I understand if you wanted to get as far away from me and the idols as you could. Especially now that things are about to get weird.
I mean, the biggest problem is the fact that Freddy's now immortal and Grace isn't. But we're definitely doing
You
this.
need me. The idols need me.
But we'll get by. Probably. What I'm saying is, you don't need to feel obligated.
I like being needed.
Oh, thank God. I was so sure that you were gonna leave. I mean, you're free to go now, right?
And miss being high priestess to the goddess of late night lattes? Absolutely not.
I still need some time to figure us out.
Yeah, take all the time you need. We have that now.
She has that. Grace doesn't.
Okay then. Ready to go out there and face the music?
Always. Of course you're all here. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
They just showed up. I didn't think you'd mind too much.
I trust our many fans weren't giving you trouble at school. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted.
I think it's wonderful you've returned to your schooling. You even have the Oracle considering it.
Tell her to expect a lot of people following her around asking every question possible about the idols.
I doubt she'll be as patient as you, Grace.
A lot's been going on here, too. You want to hear the goss?
Yes. Just some other time. All right, we gotta ask about everyone, obviously.
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
I think you're underestimating Venus. I saw one of her speeches online, and it was incredible.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
You mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
Go Eros.
That's actually really sweet, because when it was just Aphrodite, she essentially started a cult. But now Venus is like doing good stuff. I like it.
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
I was having her followed for a time. After the idols went public, however, she vanished off the map completely.
You had Athena followed?
Well, you're far more trusting than I, brother. We can't count on Athena laying low forever now that the song is over. Last I heard, she was heading back to the old country, on a ship like it was the 19th century. Why? I have no idea.
Could she have gone looking for one of the lost idols? Like Zeus, maybe?
Whoa. Could he even be found?
If Zeus is out there, Athena will find him. If she does, I guarantee we haven't seen the last of her.
Stray Gods 2, mayhaps? Stray Gods 2?
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still at the reliquary?
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
No, you should see them together, Grace. They are so cute as a couple. It's kind of sickening.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Oh, wait. You and Hecate do girl talk?
We've known each other for centuries, Freddie. She used to live in Hades. If you think it makes for titillating discussions, however, then you would be incorrect.
It'd be like porn written by a computer.
That is not far off. Still, it makes Hecate happy, and a happy Hecate is better for us all.
Ask about Medusa.
And Medusa? I take it she's no longer at the reliquary.
She was. For a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate's new cat.
Oh no, not Sherbert.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly. We're not certain where.
You're saying Medusa is out there on the loose?
Not quite.
Medusa believed she might not be able to control her appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government. They took her somewhere.
Oh, that's
It
actually
was her decision.
really sad.
The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Wait,
Aphrodite's husband? He's alive?
The heck?
So it appears. Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but it would raise all our spirits to see him again.
Yeah, wait, what the heck? That was a huge one. Alright, what about Hermes?
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
I see them online all the time. They're a big hit. Their videos are hilarious.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the Oracle tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
And they get a lot of free shoes and concert tickets.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
Ask about Pan.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
He's probably off fleecing widows out of their pensions as we speak.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
As far as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
All right, Freddy. Oh, wait, I want to see if any of these changed that I can remember. These all seem the same. Cute.
I'd like to know what you've been up to, Freddy.
You mean other than incessantly talking about you?
I don't talk about Grace that much. Do I?
I think it's rather commendable how you've taken the remaining idols at Olympus under your wing.
Well, Athena's gone now, so somebody has to help them. And none of them even know how to ride a bus.
All this while preparing for your next big venture. Busy is our new muse.
That's supposed to be a secret.
Wait, what's this?
Well, I figured once you were done with your schooling, you might want to, I don't know, come with me. I mean, I thought maybe you missed being the muse. A little. So we could try the band again. Go on tour.
That's actually so sweet.
Muse teams up with former Muse to spread music to the world.
Muse.
I guess. Maybe.
Thank you for the rar there,
That's
PJ.
awesome. I love it.
Good, because I've been arranging dates at clubs across the country. You two only need to give me the word.
Oh, ask about Apollo.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Soon, I think. All the attention on the idols is proving rather taxing.
Ooh, running away again, brother.
I suppose you could say that. Really, I just came by to see Grace and apologize one last time.
I was hoping it was more lusty for the
I
moment.
told you you don't need to keep doing that.
You tried.
Yes, well, I'm glad things worked out as they did. You'll all be fine without me.
You know, one day you will learn, brother. Not today, but someday.
You need an ara for that. Ara.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Not unless you count my many trips to Hades. No, it's business as always.
Trips to Hades?
You're its queen, Grace, but I am still the most familiar with its workings. Hades is changing.
Yeah, I'm not
Perhaps
very
it's
good
the mere fact that the mortal world is aware of us again. I don't know. Or something else is stirring.
Oh, that's not ominous whatsoever.
Is this something we should be concerned about, sister?
Not yet. I'll let you know.
I
As for everything else, the club continues, more popular than ever. The world turns. What more is there to say?
They're setting up a Stray Gods too. Like, there's way too much to not be setting up a Stray Gods too.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Come on, Grace, we both did. And it was amazing.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Perhaps a round of drinks at the underworld, in Calliope's honor.
I'd like that, actually.
If you both don't mind, could Grace and I catch up?
Don't take too long, you two, or we'll start drinking without you.
Okay, so I have been doing some thinking, and I have something to say.
Or rather, sing.
The way I obsessed over you all those years, it wasn't healthy, was it? And maybe our relationship changing is a good thing. I'm an adult now. We need to do this over and do it right.
Does that mean you forgive me?
Within me there will always be something left behind in shadow. I'm tethered to you, I'm free. I've known, I've loved you before. We were grown, never alone. Only, if only we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late, it was fate. I've spent so long yearning, observing, seeking the light of your eyes. Now I return, nothing left in reserve. Your eyes, a sunrise. Only, if only we can be brave this time.
Smooch it.
Find
Smooch it.
Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late. It was fate.
That's not a smooch. It's not good enough. I need a smooch. There we go. All right. Hey. Okay, we did watch the credits. I don't generally like skipping credits on really good games, but we watched the credits the first time, so I'm gonna skip them this time. But that was wonderful. Okay. Okay, that was pretty good. Yeah, we definitely gotta play through a third time. I thought that was gonna be the last playthrough. I was wrong. I was wrong, unfortunately. No, I'm just excited. But yeah. Definitely bedtime. That stream, I admittedly went a little longer than I intended it to, but it's okay. We finished the game. We will do one more playthrough, probably while I am at my parents' place, because it'd be pretty easy just to do like, because it's like, I don't know, each one is its own thing, so. You can run on a potato. Yeah. Time for your 4-hour nap before work. No, X-Dragon, why did you stay up? You should have gone to bed. You're allowed to leave. Anyway, okay. I'll log off. See y'all on Tuesday. We needed to moderate. Such moderation. You just needed to watch me absolutely make that like playthrough crash and burn, didn't you? All those foul-mouthed mods. Oh my gosh. Well, I will see you guys back. You added a word. This is true. You did add a word. It was very, very useful. I will see you guys on Tuesday with some more System Shock. I get the feeling. We still got Freddy. Yeah, we didn't get Persephone, but we still get Freddy. Could have been worse. What if I just don't romance anyone? God, I might have to do so many playthroughs of this game. Thank y'all for hanging out. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye for now.